to Barre coronavirus version. Thanks to David and Carol. Okay, miss you guys. Other than that, we're just going to get started. So we're going to start with the warm-up. Roll those shoulders up, back, and down. Good. We're going to start with knee lifts. High knees. Arms out to the side. Squeeze those elbows back. Squeeze. Squeeze. Good. Bring those arms up. Pull them down. We're going to go up and over. Cross those knees up and over. Pull those abs in. Lift the knees up to you rather than crouching down to them. In a moment, we're going to stay on the right side. In 4, 3, 2, stay. Pick it up. Four more. Last two. Last one. Step it out. Knee lifts. Back to that squeeze. Use those shoulder muscles, posture muscles. We have to stay upright during these times. Up and over. We're going to stay on the left. 4, 3, left only. 4, 3, 2, big deep breath in. Shoulders out of those ears. Legs in, turn out, abs drawn in. Long tailbone. Sit down in your plie. Look, make sure those knees are out over those toes. Big deep breath in. Rolling up on those toes. Test that balance. Pull your arms in front. Pull those ribs down and in. Sit back down in that plie. And up. Plie. And up. Good. Four more. 3. Last two. Last one, sit down in your plie, stay in your plie, abs under, lift your left heel, sit a little deeper. Let's do that pull back again. You can never do too much posture work. 4, 3, 2, 1, deep breath in. Right heel raised. I think I did that on the opposite because I'm so used to teaching that way, sorry. But it wouldn't be my class if there wasn't something confusing. That was supposed to be funny. Oh, you laugh? Okay. 4, 3, 2, up on both toes, or both sets of toes, we sit a little deeper and pull back. Little balance. 4, 3, 2, one more time, up, ribs drawn in, shoulders out of your ears, come down. All right, keeping that heart rate up a little bit, we're going to go to our chairs. I kept David and Carol's chairs up against the wall on purpose, they're each going to one, so that when you are doing this first upper body exercise, it won't be dangerous. You won't be pushing against anything. So come on down, your hands are going to be close together on whatever chair you have. Feet are back. Booty under, ribs in, shoulders right over those elbows. Elbows are going to come backwards. Now, you got to know what kind of chair you have. Don't bonk your head on the back of the chair. Bend your elbows, coming up and down. Pilates type push-up or tricep push-up. Again, make sure you're not sagging and just doing a hip down. Pull those ribs in, lower and press away. Lower and press away. And again, you want to have the back of the chair up against something so that you don't slip. I know mine is not. I am saying do as I say, not as I do. Last two. Last one, hover and press away an inch and press away an inch. Keep those abs in, tailbone long, shoulders out of your ears. 4, 3, 2, woo, and rest back. Bend those knees. Relax. And just drop your head down. Did you guys feel those? Oh yeah, I sure hope so. I sure did. Roll those shoulders up, back, and down. Rolling up, back, and down. All right. Then we're going to go ahead, and for this you probably wouldn't need to have have your chair up against the wall, so you guys feel free to turn them around. We're just going to have one hand on that chair for now. We're going to start with that outside leg pointed. Inside leg, standing leg or bar leg, is going to bend. We're headed at about the number 1 on a clock. Sliding forward and sliding back. Arms up, out to the side. Good. Think about staying long between your hip bone and right underneath your armpit. Keep that arm active. Try not to let it sag down. Good. 4 more in this direction. Last 2. Last 1. Stay down. Deep breath in. Arms out to the side. Can you go 1 inch deeper? 1 inch deeper. Lift and tap that toe. Little tiny movement here. Bending that standing leg. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up. Did y'all feel those?
Yes.
Well, that was one direction. Leg out to the side. 3 o'clock on a clock. Arm goes up, out to the side. Abs in. Brace yourself on that side. Standing leg bends and straightens as you slide that foot out to the side. Now, in turnout, you're going to feel a little more in your quads and inner thighs. If you wanted, you could go straight to the side, but notice if your hip wants to jut inward, try and drive it behind you instead. And if you really wanted to, you could go pigeon-toed, which is kind of awkward, but you will also feel a little bit of outer hip on that one. And again, check in. I noticed that my left hip was wanting to go to the left, so I'm trying to drive it straight back. Last 2. Last 1, stay down. In that standing leg, outside leg lifts, and we do a little lift and tap, 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 and come up. All right. May I make your life easier? What's she doing back there? All right. Now we're headed to, let's call it 4 o'clock on a clock, or 5 o'clock, or 4:30. How about 4:30? And we slide back. And again, that leg can be in turnout. You could have it just neutral, or you could have it pigeon-toed. That one's really awkward. Never mind. Such a professional video here. And again, check with that left hip that it's not turning to the left as you do these. I don't know about you guys, but my left hip is already killing me.
It's awake.
Last 2. Last 1, stay back, abs drawn in, go a little deeper, and lift and tap, and lift and tap, and lift and tap. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Uno mas direction. So now we're going past 6 o'clock. Let's call this 7 o'clock. It's our curtsy. Abs drawn in, arms out to the side, curtsy and bend. Feel that angle on that hip. Now on this one, that hip will jut a little to the left, and that would be pretty normal. Reach through those back toes, straighten that back leg as much as possible, reach, but no weight is on the back leg. Two more like this. Last 1, stay down, bend that standing leg, back leg, lift and tap. And bring it up. Woo, ow! Turn and face your chair. The leg you just worked, that outside leg, crosses over. You send that tailbone way up in the air, stick it out, and that should give you a nice outer hip stretch. You are so welcome. Exhale, round it under, and that's a low back stretch. And then we inhale to tip it out behind you again. We're going to take that leg that we worked and bring it in front of the other leg. Stand up, and then we're just going to angle to our right. Or beautiful. Bring it up. Okay, we are flipping our chair to the other side. Yay! Standing leg is going to be bent. Outside leg is at about 1 or 2 o'clock on that clock, abs drawn in. We slide into it, let arm goes up, out to the side, give me a nice brace through that side body, bending and straightening. And again, check in with that right hip. You're not angling for that chair. You're trying to angle backwards. This is my side that needs extra love. And therefore, it might not go as deep as the first side. Four. Last two. Last one, stay down, standing leg is bent, outside leg. We bend and tap and go a little deeper, a little deeper, a little deeper. Two and one. Point that leg to the side. And again, we slide into it or tap it out, either way. Check in and decide if you want to be in turnout or neutral. Or again, you can do that pigeon toe to get a little extra outer hip here. And then check in with that right hip, trying to drive it backwards rather than to the side. Don't my people look professional behind? My people. Last two. Last one, stay down, leg is bent, outside leg lifts, and we lift and tap, and we go up and down an inch in that bend. And bring it up. A little shake. All right, 4:30. No. What's that? 7:30. I don't know. You know where you're going. Other leg. Shoulders out of your ears. Bend that standing leg. And again, turn out or neutral for this one. Trivia question? Okay. What city is built up, how do I ask this? 12 feet up on jacks, basically. What city did they jack up? That doesn't sound right.
Then it sounds like an obvious choice.
Anyone?
U.S. or?
In the United States, yes, I'm sorry.
Hmm.
Last one, stay down. Bend that knee, tap and lift, tap and lift.
Boston.
No.
Somewhere in Florida.
No. You got the right idea that when they first built it, they were getting swampiness.
Washington?
Nope.
Oh.
All right, here comes our curtsy. I, believe it or not, guessed this, but that's because it was multiple choice. So I thought of a place that was near a body of water, but not an ocean.
New Orleans.
That would have been a good guess, but no.
East Coast, West Coast.
Or in the middle.
Or in the middle. Give us a clue.
Yeah.
In the middle.
In the middle?
I think the wife is telling us.
The what?
Melanie.
Putting the camera.
Last two.
Oh.
Last one, stay down. Here we go. Bend and tap. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up.
Oh.
Melanie, would you like to guess?
Chicago.
Chicago is the correct answer. Stick that booty out. Apparently, it was down at basically lake level, and it used to, all the streets got flooded and swampy. I mean, this is maybe in the 1800s, I guess.
Huh.
So they figured they were going to have to build, better, not French drains, but drainage system, right? Stick that booty out again. But they said, well, first we got to make it higher, so they jacked it up.
Interesting.
Hydraulics, I guess that would be more correct. I don't know, were hydraulics built then? I don't know. Anyway. Ooh, here's another one. What do M&M's stand for? Carol should know this. She loves chocolate. By the way, happy chocolate day. Chocolate.
Isn't that the
Chocolate
names?
caramel.
Mars and the other family member.
Right, which was? Who?
Ah.
I know.
Got it.
Mars and...
Chair in front of you, please.
I'm failing a chocolate question. I feel so bad.
All right, we did plies at the beginning, but because we have the chair now for balance, we can definitely go deeper. So up on those toes, abs drawn in, tailbone long. You definitely want to come down And imagine you're tracing a wall here, but notice if your booty is at all out. Since you have that chair, squeeze that booty in. By the way, you're up on your toes. Your heels are lifted as high as possible. Before we stand up, let's bring our heels down and up, down and up. So bent knee, calf lift. I have answers to these written down because I'm thinking, was it Murphy or Massey or something like that?
Wow.
At some point I'll run off camera and get my trivia questions. 3, 2, hover here. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Keep tucking until I come back. Are they still tucking?
Yes.
Booty under. Nice straight line. 3, 2, keep that tuck. And now from that tuck, stand up. Heels down, sit down, tuck under. You thought we were done. And up. Sit down, heels down, tuck and lift. It's Mars and Murray spelled M-U-R-R-I-E.
Oh.
So yeah, family members. How about this question? What is the state with the youngest average age, population-wise? I think it will surprise you.
It's not Arizona.
Yeah.
Or
Or
Florida.
Florida. Oops, sorry. Last two. Last one, stay down, heel raises.
Utah.
How did you get that?
Mormons, a lot of children. No. Mormons are
She is correct. Check out, do you want to guess the average age?
22?
31.
Okay.
Alaska, Texas, North Dakota are next with average ages 34 to 35. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, time for a little bit of hamstring. You guys okay?
Yes.
All right, let's, again, this is probably okay out in the middle of the room, but if you feel like your chair is slipping, you peeps at home, or my people here, my people, then you can put it up against the wall. Otherwise, hands are flat, and you're not walking way far back. You're going to walk your feet so they're underneath your hips, and you're going to bend your knees. Arms are going to stay as long as possible. Step back with your right leg. Drop your face in between your arms. Pull your abs in. Lift your back leg up. Good. Bend that standing leg. You should already feel work in that standing leg. Point the toes of the top foot, or the bent leg. Flex the heel. Squeeze. Squeeze. Hamstring curl. All right, so I'm not there to tell you this and to remind you or to touch you, but hips are square, and you're creating this hamstring curl yourself. Good. So you should feel it because you are creating that contraction yourself. Yes, no?
Yes.
Nice. She said yes. Good. Keep the flex foot. Lift 1 inch. Lift 1 inch. 4, 3, 2, stand it up. Not quite done with hamstrings. You're going to turn on a very slight angle. Same leg. Left hand is on that chair, back of the chair. Right leg is straight. Left leg is straight. Hand on your right hip for now. You're going to hinge, long straight line, and lift up. So the same leg is up in the air, but the hamstring you're working is now the left one. When you are ready for more resistance, arm goes to the side, or for even more, arm goes overhead. But you never get to see your hand, right? So that you don't let that hand drop in front of you. Stay lifted and elongated. Good, and keep that going. Good, good. Keep that hand above your head. Nice. Three more like this. Last 2. Last one. Stay down, arm out to the side, standing leg, bend and straighten, bend and straighten. stretch those out in a moment. Meanwhile, back to that chair back, bend to both knees, left leg goes back. Elongate your arms if you can, lift that left leg up, point the toe to the ceiling, flex through the heel, hamstring, curl. Do you want more trivia? Does it distract you?
Yes, please.
What's the least rainy state?
It's Arizona.
You would think Arizona. Arizona is not the answer.
Nevada.
How do you do this? Yes, Nevada.
A lot of deserts.
All right, one more. What U.S. city used to be called Pig's Eye? Flex your heel, push to the ceiling, small move.
Something in Iowa.
Not Iowa. 4, 3, 2, 1, stand it up. Right hand, left hand on your left hip, straight legs both. For more resistance, arm to the side. For more than that, arm up overhead. And again, it never comes into your peripheral vision. Good. We stay down, hand on your hips, standing leg, bend and straighten, arm to the side, overhead. Actually, it was to the side before, wasn't it? 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. All right. Stretchy, stretchy time for a moment. Turn the seat of your chair. Step a step to your right, please. Maybe a half a step more. Put your left foot up on that. Keep your hips square, straight ahead of you. Flex through your left heel. Bend your right knee. Hinge forward with a long spine. Bring both hands to that corner. So you should feel both a hamstring stretch and maybe a little inner thigh here. Shoulders out of your ears. Bend that knee a little bit. Travel your chest a little deeper. Stick your booty out. Now, keeping that booty out, slowly start straightening the legs. Let the neck go all the way straight. There's just a little more straightness. And then stand up nice and tall. Drop that foot down. Walk back to center yourself with the chair. And we're going straight across this time. Shoulders up, back and down. Hinge forward. If you have a back of a chair, put your foot up against the back and then press the heel. If you can get your heel to the back, yeah, right? If you can get your heel to the back, you will feel that even more. Even if you need to bend your knee to do that, then that takes it even more into your hamstring. And then stand it up. Now you're going to walk a little closer to your chair. This is going to be the same stretch we did before, but using the chair if you want. Drop that left leg out to the side and then scoot yourself over so that rather than the knee going off to the side, it's going to go right in front of you. And then give me that stretch, stick your booty out. The chair is obviously a little bit lower, so you might not get as full of a stretch as you did before. And stand up. You should be slightly to the left now, so you're ready to put that right foot up. Off to the side, hips stay square, and hinge. Hands on the back of that chair on this side. I would tell you whether it was left or right, but I'm so confused since I'm on camera, so. Good, drop a little deeper, bend that knee a bit, and then press it back. Good, come on up. Walk over through center. Put that foot up. Reach for the back of the chair, and then the challenge would be press your heel. And that will pull your toes back, so that brings us into a calf stretch also. Just a little observation in my neighborhood, there are a lot more people running these days.
And walking dogs.
Right. Gently bring that up, and then walk a little bit to the side so that you can bring your right leg across. And again, here's that outer hip stretch. Stick your booty out. Try and get that knee a little ahead of you rather than off to the side too much. Good. And bring that up nice and tall. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Turn that leg or chair back. We're going to do just a little bit of calf work here. Fingers are gently on the back of the chair. We're up on the toes. Ribs are pulled down and in, up and down. Right arm off to the side. Every time you come up and down, point your right index finger, make a tiny circle. Reverse your circle, keep your legs going. Reverse your circle, keep your legs going. Reverse your circle, keep your legs going. 4, 3, 2, right hand down, legs in a little bit of turnout, come up on your toes and then glue those heels together and be sure you keep those heels glued together. Left arm out to the side, up and down, but not so far down that you're, or neither so far down nor so far up that your heels separate. Reverse your circles. Reverse your circle. Reverse your circle. 4, 3, 2, 1. Find your balance. Can you stay up on your heels? Give me little circles. And you can reverse your circles. Now I'm going to ask you a question I have no idea what the answer is. That is, could you lift and lower in circle? Oh, that's not that bad, sort of. And you can keep reversing. Tighten up those arms. Keep it going. Very impressive. If you want your feet to be parallel, that's fine also. How are those calves doing?
Oh my God, you're killing me.
And relax. Still facing that chair, step forward with your right foot, step back with your left. Look down at your left toes, make sure they're pointed straight ahead. And then lunge forward, bend that right knee. Get a long, beautiful stretch on that left calf. Lean into it as much as you want to. Your body is a straight line from your head, through your hips, through your calf. Bend that knee, take it a little deeper. Good. Roll up on those toes. Turn that left hip out, so your left toes turn out, but then, push your left hip forward. Lunge into that right leg. Bend that knee. Beautiful. Bring it up. Left toes go in. Press. Bend that knee. Yum. Roll up on those toes. Left foot forward, right foot back. Lunge, stretch. Straight leg for now. Bend that knee, take it a little deeper. Roll up on those toes. Toe out, heel in, but then push that right hip forward. Lunge into it, and bend that knee. Roll it up, toe in, heel out, and press. Good, bend that knee. Take it a little deeper. Stay there. I'm just redecorating my socks. I had two socks in the same hole, and I figure on camera people go, gosh, I never knew Flo only had 4 toes. Not that it matters. All right, and come up. Okay. We're going to do just a wee bit more of our tricep and shoulder work. Just a teeny bit of upper body. So we're actually going to move the chairs a little bit out of our way right now. This is our shoulder work. We have done these kind of push-ups before. It's not even really a push-up. It is a shoulder push-up. So basically, you're going to be in your down dog position. So hips are piked up, and they're going to stay piked. And all you're going to do is bend and straighten your elbows. They're probably a little wider. Your hands are a little wider than shoulder distance. But again, you don't want to travel forward and do a push-up. You just want to stay with those hips back. And at some point, you should start feeling your shoulders working. Yes, no?
Yes.
let's walk out and find a perfect plank position. You okay with this? Hands right underneath your shoulders, abs drawn in, back of the neck is long. Lift your right knee up, bring it over to your left elbow, extend it straight behind you, bring it to your right elbow, and back, and left, and back, and right, and back, left, right, one more round, left, and right, press it back, down dog, and back forward again, left knee forward, over to your right, and straight back, left, and straight back. You're trying to keep the majority of the movement out of your torso. One more each way. No, two more each way. There we go. Last round. And press back. Wide stance. Walk back. Hang upside down, nod your head yes. Shake it no. Bend your knee. Hands on your thighs. Extend that chest up. Give me a nice lift. Shoulders up, back, and down. Big deep breath in. Grab those chairs again, please. You guys are going to put your chairs up against the wall. You're taking a pause here. Oh yeah, we're still on that question, sorry. All right, so you remember those tricep push-ups we did at the beginning of class? That's where we are again. So again, that body is in that beautiful long straight line. Hold this one down. Hold it down a little closer. One more inch. Hold, hold, hold. Back of the neck in line with your spine. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Press it back. Stretch it out. All right. We are going to move our chairs kind of out of the way. And we are going to spread out here, and we're going to do a little bit of abdominal work. Just a wee bit, and a nice stretch. I forgot my mat, but you guys have your mats. And plenty of time you have at home to get your mats. Pig's eye, anyone? Did we answer that question yet? This is pretty tricky.
Old city, one of the original cities?
Sorry.
What would be the best way here?
I'm thinking if you do what?
Hello?
Yeah, or you can move that chair out of the way. Either way,
This one?
either one. Yeah, yeah. Although my phone is on it, so it just says you move it.
Oh,
Okay. All right. So as you come down, as we're rearranging furniture, give those legs a nice squeeze in. Get a nice low back stretch. It's a Midwest city. I feel like it's, I don't know how old it would be, honestly. All right, deep breath in. On the exhale, crunch your ribs and hips together to lift the head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. Bring your arms right above you. Extend your arms up over your head. Hold here. Reach longer with your right arm, reach longer with your left arm. Lift those legs up, tabletop position. Reach your right leg longer and your left arm longer, and bring your right arm by your side. Right hand red. Deep breath in. Right arm overhead, left leg reaches away from you. Check on your abs, make sure they're pulled in nice and tight. Inhale back to center, and keep going. And inhale center, and exhale reach. For my peeps at home, if you're looking for more abdominal work, I've sent out a couple of Pilates videos already. and I'll probably do another one. I might even try a live class. So we're going to make this sort of abbreviated, just so the video isn't overwhelming. But hopefully my friends here are working pretty hard. They look like they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now we're going to change this slightly. Instead of a single leg and a single arm, both arms and both legs are going to extend almost like a double leg stretch from Pilates, but we're just simply going to tap the knees when we come back over. If you're at home and you do have equipment, you could put weights in your hands or weights between your ankles at this point. Last 4, last 3, last 2, last 1, hold here. Reach through those toes, reach through those fingers, ribs are flat, abs are drawn in. Can you lift your collarbone a 1/4 inch higher, but keep your arms a little lower? Can you reach that right leg longer? Can you reach that left leg longer? Stretch, stretch, stretch. Right arm longer, left arm longer. Chest a little higher. Stay, stay, stay. Abs drawn in. Hold, 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 hold. Pull your abs in. 4, 3, 2. Hug it in.
Oh.
Nice. I like the sound of that. All right. We're going to roll over and face the camera, although I don't know if they're still on camera or not. I do have 2 people here working. You heard them groan. All right, bent knee position, bottom arm is right here. We're going to come up onto that hip, bring your knees together, elbows, and then we lengthen, and lift, and lengthen, and lift, and lengthen, and keep going. Beautiful. Or if they're not seeing them, I guess I'm just a lazy person. 4, 3, last 2, last 1. Hold that elbow and those knees close together. Squeeze the knees together. Tap and lift. Tap and lift. Elbow to knee. 3, 2, and 1. All the way up, over, other side, please. Good. Arm up overhead, and then elbow to knee as you come up, and then lengthen, and lift, and lengthen. Keep that going. Last 2. Last 1, stay up. Can you get that elbow off the ground? Tap, knee to elbow. 4, 7, 22, 8, 1. Relax. All right. So we hit on our obliques and we hit on our rectus abdominis. We're going to do our transverse abdominals and then we'll be done and we will stretch it out. So back over on your spine. Hug those knees in. Feel how that rounds your low back. Pull your belly button in to hold that stability. And then move your knees tabletop. Fingers to the sky, shoulders pressed down. Toe tap exercise. Let's try both legs at the same time. Make sure that your belly doesn't pop up and you don't create space under your low back. So keep those ribs and hips crunched together as your legs move away from you. Beautiful. Carol and David are doing this perfectly. And especially if they're off camera, then you don't know that whether I'm telling the truth or not.
Sioux City. No, he said it was in Iowa.
What was that?
Sioux City. He's
Oh, I forgot. We had a question here. Couple more here. This is what I do while you guys are working. I look at music. Hug those knees in.
Thank you.
Back of the neck is nice and long. Don't let me forget to give the answer on camera. I'm going to get a lot of emails. Let's bring your left knee into your chest. Hug it in nice and close, please. Right knee is bent for now. Let that left knee drive side to side, please. Good. Left knee in nice and close. Can you get your rib and your thigh to connect? Can you straighten out your right leg at this point and flex through that right heel? Left heel presses to the sky. Keep that rib and thigh connected. Stretch your hands up to that calf. Start to straighten that leg out. Point your toes. Allow that to lift you about halfway up. Exhale, flex, and lie back down again. Point those toes. Lift them. Exhale, flex, bring it down. Good. Arms out to the side. Left leg crosses over that right, and just relax. Figure 4 stretch. Bend that right knee. Thread your needle. And then slide that left leg farther across, so mid-thigh, about where if you're wearing crop pants, that's about where you want to go. Press that left knee open with your left elbow. Drop that right foot on the ground, cross that left knee all the way over, and let your knees drop to the right, please. Nice and easy, back through center. Stretch both legs out. Hopefully that left leg feels longer and closer to the ground. Bend both knees, right knee into your chest, please. Take a couple rocks side to side. Knee in nice and close. Pull your ribs to your thigh. Flex through that right heel. Press to the ceiling. Straighten that left leg out. Extend that right leg up. Grab hold, point your toes, lift yourself up, flex through the heel, bring yourself down, point to lift, and flex down. Good. Cross that right ankle over that left thigh, relax, passive figure 4 stretch. Then that left knee, thread your needle, and as you do, cross that right leg a little farther, press it open with your right elbow. Cross that knee all the way over as you put your left foot on the ground, knees drop to your left. Use that left elbow, press everything back through center, elongate, long arms, long legs. Add strong in for just a moment, tuck that pelvis under, and allow yourself to roll over to one side. Come up on your hands and knees, please. We're going to make sounds because we can. Exhale, cat stretch. Meow. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And inhale, cow. One more cat stretch. And one more cow. Beautiful. Lift your booty up. Pedal out your heels one at a time. Walk. Wide stance. Drop your head in between your arms, nod yes and shake no. Bend your knees, hands on your thighs. Extend that spine nice and long. Chest up. Big deep breath in. You're going to give a curtsy in one direction. You're going to give a curtsy in the other. My gratitude to Carol and David, and behind the camera is David's wife, Melanie. Thank you all. At home, thank you guys. As I said, I miss you lots. Be well. That's most important.